So Tim, tell me, how does Dr. Wilder deals with, in the second season, with her impossibility to connect with women because of the death of his wife?
You know, I think that he connects with women quite well, and with quite a lot of them, actually. I mean, the thing that's happened during the course of this season is that he's opened himself to the possibility of having a more committed relationship, and he's sort of tried. But, you know, I think that his attitude about sex, anyway, is probably pretty European. I mean, he thinks that, you know, as long as nobody gets hurt, that it's good, healthy fun, and I think he's, you know, he adores women, he's very kind to them, so, you know, there are a lot of women in his life. He's not very puritanical the way some Americans are about, you know, sleeping around, as we say.
And that's good. No?
Yeah.
Do you think his personal life interferes with his professional life? He has a complicated, many of the characters do as well.
Well, I mean, you know, I think that every character on the show's personal life interferes with their professional life, because our personal lives are played out in our place of business, mostly. You know, which is one of the things about the show that you have to sort of take with a grain of salt. I mean, you know, if I knew that my doctor was, you know, sleeping with another doctor in their office and, you know, maybe impregnated one of them, I would be, okay, thank you very much, I'm going someplace else. But that's one of the fun things about the show, you know, is that their personal lives are infused in the workplace.
Why do you think medical dramas or series about this profession are so attractive to everybody all over the world?
I think because you have the chance of getting an answer. You know, that everybody has problems and everybody has medical problems, but you know, that during the course of getting to know someone that has a medical problem, they can either be saved or they can die. So that there's sort of a final, you know, answer to the question at hand, and I think it's satisfying for audiences.
And what's the biggest challenge for you as an actor, to be ready every week and keep the same mood, or it changes every week, or how does it work, like the commitment to a weekly?
I mean, I think the biggest challenge really is incorporating the way the script changes. On our show, the script changes a lot, even as we're shooting. So you're liable to be shooting a scene and get some new pages of a different color that have drastically altered a scene. So keeping it all in your mind, how the arc of the story unfolds, it can sometimes be quite difficult.
Do you think it's a show run by women, by the actresses, or?
Oh, I think it's absolutely a show. I mean, I've often described it as being in sort of like a, you know, an estrogen lockdown. I mean, I think one of my challenges is to try to, you know, represent those of us with testosterone in a vigorous way, and try to get the writers to, you know, see the male point of view, and, you know, have the men behave like men, and, you know, not like men with vaginas, so that, can I say that, yeah, in Europe? And, you know, to varying degrees of success. But, you know, I think, yeah, I think that primarily it has a female point of view.
Why do you think you can say the word vagina for Europe and not for America? What's the difference?
Oh, we get all flustered, you know. I mean, we
why.
spent months on somebody's nipple, you know. Oh my God, a nipple, ah! But, you know, I find that, you know, meanwhile you know, we have beer commercials where women are doing, like, you know, kind of homoerotic wrestling and fountains and stuff like that.
But in a way, your character is open up the puritanical approach to things. He represents the other side in a way.
Absolutely, and you know, I think the tension is what makes it fun. You know, he's a guy who's saying, "Hey, come on, you know, everybody had a good time here. No one got hurt. What's the problem?" So, and you know, I guess the more female side would be like, "But you didn't commit. But you didn't, you know." So
it's not all about buying a house and having kids, I guess.
No.
Right. Is that Dr. Wilder's?
Yeah, although you know, he finds himself in a situation now where you know, with Violet, where he may be the father of her child. And I think that, you know, like a lot of people, that there's sort of an invisible sort of genetic pull towards that. You know, he's considering what that might be like to actually be the father of a child, and I think that is kind of altering his view of, you know, how he might behave in the future.
Okay, my last question: what have you learned from Peter, if anything?
I think I've learned that. I wonder if I've learned anything from him. That's a hard question. That sort of remains to be seen.
We leave it for the second season.
I think so. I'll see what I learned from him. But that's a good question. I'll have to think about that.